we are partnering with Nigerian Navy, working with some consortium of companies. And so far, from the work program, the entire hydrographic survey of Oguta Lake, or Rash up to Atlantic Ocean, has been completed and certified by the #1 hydrographer of the country. The Nigerian Navy did the program by themselves in partnership with the Imo State government. So only a few weeks ago, official presentation of the chart was done in Owerri by the leadership of Nigerian Navy. They are now analyzing the chart, processing it to be able to conclude volumetric survey. It is that survey that will establish the quantity of silt that will be removed from the river, otherwise called the channel, and then the design of the navigational equipment like buoys and other navigational aids that will be installed on the channel. So it is still work in progress. It is our hope that towards the middle of this year, dredging proper will start. And going by our work program and its milestone definition sheet, which has also timelines, it is our hope that 18 months will be the proper period for the entire dredging of Oguta Lake or Rachi River to the Atlantic Ocean, working in 2 shifts, day and night. I'm happy you said in some places. By this time last 2 years, it was in all the places. So that today you are reporting pockets of 2 or 3 communities. It is not as if we have not managed insecurity very well, but in those communities that were the epicenter of insecurity during the period under review, the fear is still resonating in the heads of the parents and students of those schools. But we have embarked on an awareness campaign to the extent that I'm almost certain by the end of this month, every school will be running full ship at the end of the day. The government of Imo State under my watch witnessed tremendous improvements despite all the challenges. Since the creation of Imo State, we had the best and most peaceful Christmas last year, 2023. So there was any case of insecurity anywhere. And we had a very peaceful and joyful Christmas. On the area of governance, of course, some of you who are conversant with the story of Imo State or who visited Imo State before and had the opportunity of visiting of late will agree with me that the transformation we achieved for that period of 4 years under my leadership, we've been able to touch virtually every sector of the economy and politics, laying very strong foundation, which is the opportunity of this second term in office will help to grow. Our people are very happy, our people are very excited. And you will agree with me that the last election, Imo people spoke. The 27 local governments that made up Imo State came out in unison and gave me victory in all these 27 local governments. So it has to do with the Progressive Governors Forum, the APC governors, members of APC as a party, the federal government, a government that belongs to APC as a party. We are on the same page. So what we expect is very simple and has been clearly defined in the last Appropriation Act signed by the President. If we look at the provisions in that act and the number of infrastructure and capital projects proposed by the President, If we're able to perform even 50% budget performance on that document, it will not be the same Nigeria. So we already saw the presentation. And here we have a president, and like you know, in leadership, every leader must be able to articulate his vision on a marble slab. And every vision is like a journey. So once the destination has been established, the next thing is to start the journey. So by this January this year, which we are already, to 31st December, which is the lifespan of that act, I'm sure the initial pains occasioned by some of these reform policies, like the subsidy removal on petroleum products, the exchange rate escalation, will be cured. In my conversation with some stakeholders in the country, we have had instances where reforms were carried out in some countries. Some policies that looked initially as unfriendly policies, 2-3 months of gestation period, becomes the darling of all stakeholders. So I'm confident that the initial period of the takeoff of some of these policies that will give us a more robust economy will soon be over, and Nigeria will begin to enjoy the product of the new vision. Yeah, whether Progressive Governors Forum or whether as a governor of Imo State, we have only one president whose wisdom we cannot question. And what is more, if there are allegations and Mr. President said, I want to look into it, I think it's consistent with the law and the oath of office he swore to. So I don't think it's something that will begin to create a menu now for the media. So I think let's allow the sleeping dog to rest. Thank you.
Thanks for checking out Symphony on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.